In the vast expanse of our planet, there exists a realm largely untouched, a frontier more alien than any distant world. It is the deep sea, a place of immense pressure, profound darkness, and extraordinary life. At its core lies the Challenger Deep, located within the Marianas Trench, representing the deepest known point on Earth. Reaching an astonishing 10,935 meters, or 35,876 feet, beneath the Pacific waves, this abyss holds secrets that challenge our very understanding of existence. To put this into perspective, Mount Everest, the world's highest peak, would not only fit inside but would be submerged by over 2 kilometers of water. Despite its proximity, the Challenger Deep remains one of the most solitary places on Earth for human visitors. Data indicates that only approximately 27 individuals have ever reached this extreme depth. This number stands in stark contrast to the 660 people who have journeyed beyond Earth's atmosphere into space. This disparity underscores the immense technical and physiological challenges involved in deep-sea exploration, requiring specialized submersibles capable of withstanding crushing forces. The deep ocean, therefore, represents a unique frontier, largely unexplored and shrouded in mystery. To comprehend life in the deep sea, one must first grasp the extreme environmental conditions that define it. Foremost among these is the immense pressure. At the depths of the Challenger Deep, the pressure can reach over 1,000 times that found at sea level. To visualize this, scientists often use the analogy of an elephant standing on a postage stamp. This colossal force demands specialized submersibles, meticulously engineered to prevent implosion. Any organism living here must possess extraordinary biological adaptations to survive such a crushing embrace, a testament to the resilience of life itself. Beyond the crushing pressure, the deep sea is characterized by its perpetual cold. Temperatures in these abyssal plains hover near freezing, typically ranging between 2 and 4 degrees Celsius. This constant chill, combined with the lack of sunlight, creates an environment where metabolic processes are significantly slowed. For many organisms, this means a life lived in slow motion, conserving energy in an ecosystem where resources are scarce. Researchers continue to study how deep-sea organisms regulate their internal temperatures and maintain biochemical function under such frigid conditions. Perhaps the most defining characteristic of the deep sea is the absence of light. Sunlight penetrates only to about 200 meters, marking the boundary of the euphotic zone. Below this lies the aphotic zone, a realm of twilight that rapidly transitions into complete darkness beyond 1,000 meters. Here, photosynthesis, the primary engine of most surface ecosystems, is impossible. This scarcity of light has driven the evolution of unique sensory adaptations and, perhaps most strikingly, the widespread phenomenon of bioluminescence, where organisms generate their own light to hunt, attract mates, or deter predators. In an environment so profoundly dark and cold, and under such immense pressure, food is a precious commodity. Away from specific geological features, the primary source of nutrition for most deep-sea organisms is what scientists refer to as marine snow. This is a continuous shower of detritus, including dead plankton, fecal matter, and other organic particles, slowly drifting down from the sunlit surface waters. The journey is long, and much of the energy is consumed by organisms higher up in the water column, leaving only sparse rations for those inhabiting the abyssal depths. For decades, the prevailing scientific understanding was that life in the deep sea was entirely dependent on the trickle of marine snow from above. However, a groundbreaking discovery in 1977 profoundly altered this view. While exploring the Galapagos Rift in the Pacific Ocean, researchers stumbled upon a phenomenon previously thought impossible: thriving ecosystems completely independent of sunlight. These oases of life were clustered around unique geological features now known as hydrothermal vents, radically expanding our understanding of where and how life could sustain itself on Earth. The secret to these newfound ecosystems was a process called chemosynthesis. Unlike photosynthesis, which uses sunlight to convert carbon dioxide and water into organic compounds, chemosynthesis utilizes chemical energy. Organisms, primarily specialized bacteria and archaea, convert inorganic compounds like hydrogen sulfide, methane, or iron into organic matter. This process forms the base of the food web around hydrothermal vents, enabling a diverse array of life to flourish in an environment that would otherwise be barren. It is a remarkable testament to life's adaptability. Hydrothermal vents are fissures in the seafloor that release superheated, mineral-rich water, often reaching temperatures exceeding 350 degrees Celsius (662 degrees Fahrenheit). These black smokers, or white smokers, as they are often called due to the appearance of their plumes, create unique chemical gradients. The interplay of hot, chemical-laden water with the cold, oxygenated seawater fosters the conditions necessary for chemosynthetic bacteria to thrive. In turn, these bacteria form the foundation for complex and diverse ecosystems, supporting species found nowhere else on Earth. The discovery transformed deep-sea biology. Away from the vents, in the vast, dark expanse of the abyssal plain, creatures have evolved equally astonishing adaptations. One of the most iconic is the anglerfish. This predatory fish is immediately recognizable by its distinctive appearance, notably the bioluminescent lure protruding from its head. This fishing rod, tipped with light-producing bacteria, serves as an irresistible beacon in the pitch black, attracting unsuspecting prey directly to the anglerfish's formidable, tooth-filled mouth. It's a classic example of ambush predation in an environment where every encounter counts. Another legendary inhabitant of the deep is the giant squid, Architeuthis dux. For centuries, this creature existed primarily in myths and sailors' tales, its existence only truly confirmed in the 19th century. Reaching lengths of up to 13 meters, or 43 feet, the giant squid is one of the largest invertebrates on Earth. It is an elusive deep-sea predator, known to engage in epic battles with sperm whales. Despite its immense size, direct observations in its natural habitat remain exceptionally rare, adding to its enigmatic allure. Adding to the deep sea's collection of unique organisms is the vampire squid, or Vampiroteuthis infernalis, whose scientific name translates to vampire squid from hell. Despite its intimidating moniker, it is not a true squid but occupies its own order within cephalopods. Its most striking feature is a dark, cloak-like webbing connecting its 8 arms, which it can invert to form a defensive cape of retractable spines. This adaptation allows it to appear larger and more formidable to potential predators, an essential survival tactic in the constant darkness. Unlike many predatory cephalopods, the vampire squid is primarily an omnivorous detritivore. It uses specialized filaments to capture marine snow and other organic debris drifting through the water column, rather than actively hunting large prey. This adaptation to scavenging allows it to thrive in nutrient-poor environments where traditional hunting strategies might fail. Furthermore, the vampire squid possesses sophisticated bioluminescent organs, capable of producing a dazzling array of light patterns for camouflage, communication, and deterring predators, making it a master of light in the darkness. Back at the hydrothermal vents, one of the most remarkable species is the giant tubeworm, Riftia pachyptila. These striking creatures can grow up to 2.4 meters, or nearly 8 feet, long and form dense colonies around active vents. Their vibrant red plumes, rich in hemoglobin, extend into the mineral-rich water to absorb oxygen and hydrogen sulfide. What makes them truly unique is their complete reliance on symbiotic bacteria, housed within a specialized organ called a trophosome. These bacteria perform chemosynthesis, providing the worm with all its nutritional needs. The giant tubeworms exemplify extreme adaptation. They possess no mouth, no gut, and no anus, relying entirely on their internal bacterial symbionts for sustenance. The bacteria convert the chemicals absorbed by the worm into organic compounds, effectively acting as an internal food factory. This unique digestive strategy is a direct response to the specific chemical environment of hydrothermal vents and the abundance of hydrogen sulfide. The discovery of these creatures revolutionized biology, demonstrating that complex life could evolve without access to sunlight or traditional feeding mechanisms. Delving even deeper, we encounter the charming Dumbo octopus, named for its prominent ear-like fins that resemble the Disney character Dumbo the elephant. Scientifically classified as Grimpoteuthis, these octopuses are the deepest living of all known octopus species. They use their distinctive fins to propel themselves gracefully through the water column, often hovering just above the seafloor. Their flattened bodies and gelatinous consistency are adaptations to withstand the immense pressure of their abyssal habitat, allowing them to remain buoyant and flexible. The Dumbo octopus typically feeds on various small crustaceans, worms, and copepods found in the deep-sea sediment. Rather than actively chasing prey, it often drifts slowly along the seafloor, using its arms to probe for food. Its soft, translucent body helps it blend into the dark environment, while its large eyes are adapted to detect faint bioluminescent signals. These features highlight the Dumbo octopus's specialized approach to survival, emphasizing energy conservation and opportunistic feeding in a resource-limited ecosystem. It's a testament to the diverse strategies life adopts. Among the most formidable scavengers of the deep is the giant isopod, Bathynomus giganteus. Resembling an enormous, armored woodlouse, these crustaceans can grow up to 76 centimeters, or 30 inches, in length, making them significantly larger than their terrestrial counterparts. They are primarily found on the seafloor, patiently awaiting the infrequent arrival of food falls, such as whale carcasses or large dead fish. Their robust exoskeletons and multiple legs allow them to navigate the abyssal terrain and process large food sources effectively. The giant isopod plays a crucial ecological role in the deep sea, often referred to as the vacuum cleaners of the abyss. By consuming large quantities of organic detritus and carrion, they help to recycle nutrients and prevent the accumulation of decaying matter on the seafloor. Their slow metabolism enables them to survive long periods between meals, a necessary adaptation in an environment defined by food scarcity. Researchers study their digestive processes and energy conservation strategies to understand how life sustains itself in such extreme conditions. Beyond specific species, one of the most widespread and fascinating adaptations in the deep sea is bioluminescence. In a world devoid of sunlight, the ability to produce light internally is invaluable. Deep-sea organisms utilize bioluminescence for a myriad of purposes: to attract prey, as seen with the anglerfish, to lure mates in the vast darkness, to deter predators with startling flashes, or to camouflage themselves against the faint light filtering down from above, a tactic known as counterillumination. Scientists are continuously discovering new chemical pathways for light production. While bioluminescence provides light, deep-sea creatures have also evolved remarkably sensitive sensory organs to navigate and survive in perpetual darkness. Many species possess enlarged eyes, specifically adapted to detect the faintest flickers of bioluminescence or ambient light. Others rely heavily on chemoreception, using highly developed olfactory and taste senses to detect prey or mates over long distances, similar to how terrestrial animals use smell. Additionally, mechanoreceptors, which detect changes in pressure or vibrations, are crucial for sensing movement in the water, compensating for the lack of visual cues. In an environment characterized by extreme pressure, near freezing temperatures, and acute food scarcity, energy conservation is paramount. Many deep-sea organisms exhibit a remarkably slow metabolism. This allows them to subsist on infrequent meals and endure long periods without food. Growth rates can be incredibly slow, and lifespans are often extended compared to their shallow water counterparts. This strategy is an elegant solution to the challenges of the abyss, ensuring survival where resources are unpredictable and every calorie counts. The deep sea also presents interesting evolutionary phenomena, including deep-sea gigantism and dwarfism. Some species, like the giant isopod or the giant squid, grow to immense sizes, a phenomenon thought to be linked to slower metabolisms, reduced predation pressure, and increased oxygen solubility in cold water. Conversely, other deep-sea species exhibit dwarfism, a strategy potentially linked to resource limitation, where smaller body sizes require less energy and fewer nutrients to sustain. These contrasting evolutionary paths highlight the diverse responses to similar environmental pressures. Given the vastness and sparse population density of the deep sea, finding a mate can be a significant challenge. Consequently, deep-sea organisms have evolved highly specialized reproductive strategies. Some species, like certain anglerfish, exhibit sexual parasitism, where the much smaller male permanently fuses with the female, ensuring a constant supply of sperm. Others release vast numbers of eggs and sperm into the water column, hoping for chance encounters. These diverse approaches underscore the creative ways life adapts to overcome the isolation of the deep ocean, ensuring the continuation of their species. Despite its remote and seemingly untouched nature, the deep sea is not immune to human impact. Pollution, particularly in the form of microplastics, has permeated even the most solitary places on Earth. Scientific expeditions have confirmed the presence of microplastics in the Marianas Trench, including the Challenger Deep itself. This indicates that plastic waste, once introduced into surface waters, can travel to the deepest parts of the ocean, potentially entering the food chain and impacting ecosystems that scientists are still only beginning to understand. The scale of this contamination raises profound questions about global waste management. Another emerging threat to the deep sea is the prospect of deep-sea mining. The seafloor contains rich deposits of valuable minerals, including manganese, cobalt, copper, and nickel, concentrated in polymetallic nodules, massive sulfide deposits around vents, and ferromanganese crusts on seamounts. With terrestrial resources dwindling and demand for these minerals increasing for technologies like electric vehicle batteries and renewable energy, commercial interest in extracting these resources is growing rapidly. However, the potential environmental costs are significant and largely unknown. Deep-sea mining operations pose considerable environmental concerns. Extracting minerals from the seafloor would inevitably disturb unique deep-sea habitats, including the fragile ecosystems around hydrothermal vents that host species found nowhere else. Scientists warn of potential damage to biodiversity, irreversible habitat destruction, and the creation of vast plumes of sediment that could smother marine life over wide areas. Given the slow growth rates and long lifespans of many deep-sea organisms, recovery from such disturbances could take centuries, if it is even possible. The long-term consequences remain a major point of contention. While seemingly distant, overfishing in surface waters can also have indirect but significant impacts on the deep sea. Many deep-sea communities rely on marine snow, the detritus falling from the upper ocean, as their primary food source. When surface fish populations are depleted due to overfishing, the overall biomass in the upper ocean decreases. This reduction in biomass leads to a decrease in the amount of organic material available to fall to the seafloor, effectively reducing the food supply for deep-sea organisms. This demonstrates the interconnectedness of ocean ecosystems, from surface to abyss. Even the remote deep sea is not immune to the pervasive effects of climate change. Two primary concerns are ocean acidification and warming. Increased absorption of carbon dioxide by the oceans leads to acidification, which can impact shell-forming organisms and disrupt critical biochemical processes. While temperature changes are slower at depth, even subtle shifts in deep water currents and temperatures can have profound effects on the slow-metabolizing, cold-adapted organisms. Scientists are actively researching how these global changes could alter deep-sea ecosystems, potentially compromising their stability and resilience. Addressing the multifaceted threats to the deep sea requires a concerted global effort. Given that many deep-sea environments lie in international waters, beyond national jurisdictions, international cooperation is absolutely essential for their protection. Researchers and policymakers advocate for robust international agreements and regulations to govern activities like deep-sea mining, prevent pollution, and establish marine protected areas. The unique and irreplaceable biodiversity of these ecosystems demands a unified approach to ensure their long-term survival, safeguarding these remote habitats for future generations. The establishment and effective management of deep-sea protected areas are identified by scientists as a crucial strategy for conservation. These designated zones would safeguard vulnerable habitats, particularly around hydrothermal vents and seamounts, which are biodiversity hotspots. Protecting these areas would allow scientists to study undisturbed ecosystems, providing invaluable baseline data for understanding the impacts of human activities elsewhere. Such protected areas serve as sanctuaries, offering refuge to unique species and preserving genetic diversity within the deep-sea biome, demonstrating a proactive approach to conservation. Continued scientific research is paramount to both understanding and protecting the deep sea. Our current knowledge, while growing, still represents only a fraction of what there is to discover. Further exploration of abyssal plains, trenches, and seamounts will undoubtedly reveal new species, uncover novel biological processes, and deepen our appreciation for life's adaptability. Funding for deep-sea expeditions, technological advancements in submersible design, and international collaboration among researchers are all vital for shedding more light on this dark frontier and informing effective conservation policies. The deep sea, the most solitary place on Earth, remains a realm of unparalleled wonder and mystery. From the crushing pressures of the Challenger Deep to the scorching oases of hydrothermal vents, life has found extraordinary ways to thrive against all odds. The anglerfish with its glowing lure, the elusive giant squid, the Dumbo octopus gracefully gliding, and the vacuum cleaner isopods all contribute to an ecosystem unlike any other. This deep-sea world not only expands our biological understanding but also challenges our perceptions of what is possible, reminding us of the planet's vast, hidden biodiversity. The deep sea, once thought to be a static and lifeless abyss, is now revealed as a dynamic, interconnected, and vulnerable environment. As our technological capabilities advance, so too does our reach into these profound depths, bringing with it both the opportunity for discovery and the burden of responsibility. The threats of pollution, mining, overfishing, and climate change loom large, demanding our attention and proactive measures. Protecting this solitary frontier is not just about safeguarding unique species, it's about preserving a vital part of Earth's complex life support system, a hidden world critical to global ecological balance. The deep sea continues to hold more unanswered questions than known facts. It is a testament to the enduring power of natural selection and a powerful reminder of how little we truly understand about our own planet. As scientists push the boundaries of exploration, they continue to unveil new wonders, forcing us to re-evaluate what we once considered impossible. The future of this unseen frontier depends on a delicate balance between ambitious discovery and conscientious stewardship. It is a future we are just beginning to write, one dive at a time.